Rachel Kellogg tells me she lived under a cloud of bullying that sent her into a depressive spiral, and she's had enough, which is why she filed this lawsuit, taking on the megachurch with a powerful global reach. Churchome claims more than 300,000 people attended services online and in person each week. That's according to its annual report, with the backing of big celebrity followers like Justin Bieber and a former Seahawk listed as a board member. Rachel Kellogg knows she's up against a lot after filing her lawsuit.
I feel like David and Goliath.
After attending Churchome services, Kellogg took a job with the nonprofit in 2019.
Like, I'm thinking, I'm just going to work here, right? Like, I get to do what I love, but also work for a place that I love. And tithing was never brought up to me at all whatsoever.
Tithing is the act of giving 10% of one's income to a church. It's usually voluntary. There's no mention of it in this job posting shown here in Kellogg's filing. Kellogg says she didn't learn of Churchome's company-wide policy until a staff meeting was held in April 2020 with then lead pastor Judah Smith.
Where he had said, you know, if you're not tithing, you will get fired.
The lawsuit claims in this video conference, Judah said people have been transitioned, moved on, and fired because they were not tithing. And through Bible scripture, implied employees should sell their possessions and belongings rather than not tithe to Churchome. Remember this photo we showed you earlier of pop star Justin Bieber and NFL player Russell Wilson? Between them is Judah Smith. Smith, along with his wife Chelsea and other members, are named as defendants. They're shown here as top leaders on Churchome's website. The lawsuit alleges they set Churchome's policies and practices, like tithing, that Kellogg says she did follow regularly following the April meeting until suffering a car accident in the summer of 2020.
You know, unfortunately, the other driver was underinsured and I had to pay for a lot of stuff out of pocket.
Kellogg says in 2021, Churchome members started to pressure her to tithe again, even saying she could be fired.
Oh, there was just a lot of bullying that happened over the next year or so.
She was eventually written up for not tithing, and she believes she's not the only one.
I know probably about 2 or 3 people that have been fired for not tithing. And I know several people on staff who have been talked to for not tithing in a similar way that I have.
Our phone has been ringing off the hook a little bit.
Eric Nusser with Terrell Marshall Law represents Kellogg. He says more people have reached out since this lawsuit was filed in King County Superior Court.
It says this is a class action lawsuit. And so this covers not only Ms. Kellogg's experiences, but a class of any current or former employee of Churchome who has had to work under these policies.
The lawsuit accuses Churchome of violating Washington's Consumer Protection Act and Wage Rebate Act. At the time of this interview, Kellogg lawyers were waiting to hear back from Churchome, but we've heard from them. Churchome sent Fox 13 this statement, saying tithing is part of Churchome's employee handbook, that it doesn't deduct any tithe from employees' paychecks, but asks them to live out what they call a faith practice of the church, even citing the First Amendment in response to this lawsuit. Despite the accusations of pressure and threats, Kellogg is still employed as a video editor for Churchome.
What I want is just to hold those leaders accountable. You know, there's been a lot of wrongdoing for a lot of employees there over the years, and it's been really frustrating to watch, and it's really frustrating to hear.
This class action lawsuit is fighting to recover wages lost to these alleged forced tithing practices at Churchome. You can read more about it on fox13seattle.com. For now, in the newsroom, Nia Wong, Fox 13 News.